Hello. On this tour we're going to go to visit a park. It's no ordinary park. It's located inside a place called Cupertino, and that's a city in the county of Santa Clara, an area of California most people call Silicon Valley. Before we travel there, I have 5 questions that are for you. I will read them quickly, but you might want to pause the video to give you time to think about your answers. So, question number 1. Can you name 5 of the most valuable tech brands? So that's in the world. Nearly all of them are based in Silicon Valley. Question number 2. When was the location footage recorded? So I'm going to play some footage in a moment. I'm asking you when. So it could be the time of year and or the time of day. And you'll see clues if you look in the footage. Look at things, look up and down and around, and you'll see when. Question number 3. We're going to see lots of trees. Which one of the following fruit trees does not grow in this park? So it could be Golden Delicious, Granny Smith, Gravenstein, Macintosh, Pink Lady. One of them does not grow in this park. Now we are going to go to a visitor centre, and it has unique opportunities. You can't do these anywhere else in the world. What are the unique opportunities that visitors can do or take part in? And the final question, 5 statements here. One of them is false. So it says here it cost $5 billion to build a park, $2 billion over budget. Co-founder Steve Jobs called it the best building in the world when it opened in 2017. This park can accommodate more than 14,000 employees. Number 4, the building has got 7 floors, 3 below ground, with parking for 11,000 vehicles. And the last statement, every pane of glass in the main building, which has got a circumference of 1 mile, is curved. Okay, so we're going to go and visit our location. So we start our tour walking in a westerly direction. We're walking down Forge Drive here. We're heading to this park I mentioned. Now it is unusually quiet as we approach an absolutely immense building. So this building is the headquarters of the most valuable tech company in the world. Now I asked a question before. Can you see any clues about what time of the year this is? Look at the trees. Do they offer any clues? And also if you look at the ground, look at the long shadows. They might give you an idea about what time of day this was filmed. And I'll reveal some more later on. Now sadly this company, they don't allow visitors into this building, but they do have a special visitor centre that we will go and visit in a moment. There's a lot of tough security. They don't really want us going in there. There's high security fences and a lot of them obscured by trees. The building is absolutely huge. It's completely circular and all of the glass is curved. So we're going to turn and head down Tanto now. Okay, so this is Tanto Avenue. You'll see the sun's just rising in the southeast. It's fairly low in the sky at this time of the day. Now we're going to approach a visitor centre in a moment, and then you'll know the name of the tech company. So this tech company, the building that we were just looking at, can accommodate 14,000, more than. And when it opened in April 2017, it had just 12,000 in there. It cost $5 billion. That's $2 billion over the original budget. So here we are. We've arrived at the visitor centre. And just beyond this sign, you'll see avenues after avenues of trees. Now this variety here, these are olive trees. In total there are 9,000 trees around the whole campus. So it's Apple Park is where we are. There's more than 300 varieties And of course there are some apple trees, but there's one exception. There's no apple Macintosh, so you'll find Golden Delicious, Granny Smith, Pink Ladies, and the very one that the computers are named after, the Apple Macintosh, you will not find one. Now, the building here through the trees, you'll notice it's not open for all sorts of reasons at the moment, but normally this would be absolutely packed full of Apple fans who are going there. So the building is a shop inside, just like any other Apple store perhaps that you might, except it does have some extra special unique features. And we can't go in the building right now, but I'll show you something in a moment. But you can see there's lots of workers there who are just making sure it all looks tidy and clean, because we know Apple like things to look pristine and at their best. Okay. So you can buy, if we're in the store, you can buy a lot of the things you'd regularly expect to find inside an Apple store, but they do have some very expensive souvenir or merchandise, you might call it, and varying from t-shirts and postcards to all those kind of things. So we're on the ground floor, obviously, as we're still on street level. Next to the Apple store, there is a visitor experience that uses augmented reality. So what they'll do is if you book to do one of these, they'll hand you a customized iPad with a camera on it. And you'll see in a moment we can look through the glass, which is all curved. This is just a visitor center. This is not where Apple employees work. And there's a large three-dimensional model inside. So I'll probably pause the video in a moment, just as we get a bit closer. And this 3D model, what you basically do is you use your iPad and you move your iPad around and you angle it differently, and you can see inside the building. You can find out lots of facts about it. So that particular tour, we're going to leave it there, and I'm going to show you what it might look like if you went when it was busy, open, full of lots of crowds. So just bear with me a moment. So this footage I'm showing at the moment was recorded same time of the year, but a couple of years previous. This is in January 2018. Friendly staff. Hello. Hi. Nice to see you. Right. So let's head inside the building now. Maybe this person will open the door and we don't have to. That's fantastic. That's great. So there's the 3D model that I mentioned. And you'll notice people standing around. And the iPads, they don't actually have the Apple logo on the back. You notice the circle, the ring. So the building is that we call the spaceship. It's called the Apple Park. That's the main building, and you'll see the logo, the circle, appear on a lot of the branded items that you can buy from the visitor center. So I'm going to take you somewhere else now inside the visitor center. So any sort of normal time of the year, this building is absolutely packed. I mean, even if you get there early in the morning, it soon gets really, really busy because, well, I suppose Apple have got such a strong fan base around the world that makes them the most valuable tech brand that there is. So you can buy all sorts of many different cases for your phone, try out devices if you've never been to an Apple store before. So I'm going to show you another aspect of the visitor center now. So if you fancy a coffee break, they sell some fancy coffee, nitro coffee, and some very fancy chocolate bars. And of course all the tills are operated using iPads. I wonder, do they sell apple slices? I wonder. And there's lots of tables you can sit down, and you can use the free Wi-Fi to send messages to your friends. Say, hey, look where I am. I'm at the Apple Visitor Center. Yay! My buddy. Okay, I'm going to take you somewhere else now in the visitor center. So there's a staircase. So we're looking at what's unique about this place. So This is a very, very fancy, very expensive staircase. May have been designed by Johnny Ive, perhaps. Designer at Apple. So we head up the stairs. What we're going to see when we get up there? I guess it could be another floor or the roof. Now, remember how I told you there was this main building that cost like huge amount. The whole centre cost. Oh, there it is. Look. So it gives you another opportunity to view the main building. And of course, I suppose if you were to go up there yourself and you had a camera, you'd probably be doing something like this, taking photos and videos, and you'd probably want to get in the photos yourself and say to your friends, look, I've been to the Apple Park, yay, Cupertino, Santa Clara, Silicon Valley. So we're going to see lots of people sitting around taking photographs. Smile. So, oh, I know what I can show you. Let me pause. So some people like to go in to the Apple store and buy.
Alright, I want to show you everything that you can buy because there's honestly a lot. Alright, so here's everything, all the merch that you can buy. Let's go step by step.
Bags with logos.
This is for babies. That's super cute. Here are some playing cards. That's super cool too. Here they are.
Decks of cards, yeah.
More baby.
Oh, nice
these are the
fancy
onesies,
packaging.
the baby onesies. That's super cute. Apple hats.
Not much of an Apple logo on the hat.
Right there. And these are postcards. We got all of these.
Oh my gosh, look how much they are.
That's super cool.
$20.
I'm gonna get these for sure. Jeez, $20.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Hats. Okay.
Well, I guess if you're going there, you need to take a lot of money with you.
Awesome. Let's go
So,
shirt by shirt.
show us the shirts. Let's have a look.
In white and black. This California in white and black. The Apple Park address. Right there. We've got
I
Apple
think
Park
these are about
t-shirts.
$40 though,
What
yeah.
are you gonna buy? This is crazy. You're gonna get that. 4 Apple Park t-shirts, 2 retro Apple. These ones are pretty cool. 2 Apple, and then I'm getting these for sure.
I know, but
love
they're
these ones.
$40.
And the packaging is pretty cool. You get in this white box, which is amazing. The price for every Apple shirt is $40. I did not expect this. Jeez.
Okay, so I started by asking you 5 questions. I'm going to go through the answers now. So if you need a bit more time, now is a good time to pause, because here we go. So question number 1, I asked you to name 5 of the most valuable tech brands. Now, the value of tech companies changes all the time, but I'd be very, very amazed if it's massively different the time you're watching this. So here we go. We have Apple is usually cited as the most valuable one with a value of around $310 billion. A couple more to mention. Microsoft, just a little bit behind, $250 billion or so, something like that. Google, again, up in the sort of around the $250–300 billion. So we're going Apple, Microsoft, Google. So they all have bases in Silicon Valley. Number 4, company called Tencent. You may not have heard of them. It's all one word, spelled Tencent, C-E-N-T. So have a look at that later on. Number 4 begins with an F, Facebook. Then we've got companies you may have heard of like IBM, SAP, Instagram, which is a company owned by Facebook, Accenture, Intel, Adobe, Samsung, LinkedIn, Huawei, and Oracle, and so on. Okay, so named at least 5. When was the location footage recorded? Well, it was recorded in January. You didn't need to know the year. You could tell if you looked at the trees that were deciduous, those that lose their leaves, there was a lot of dead leaves on them. So it was winter time. And the time of day, well, I would have said it was about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, because the sun was very, very low in the sky. The shadows were long on the ground, and it was also coming from southeast, the sun. So the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So in the morning, it's going to be more towards the east than towards the west. Right, the apple trees. Well, oddly enough, there are no Apple Macintosh trees growing in that park. I don't know why. All of the other species are indigenous, as in they are native species to that area. Maybe that could be part of the reason. Unique opportunities. Number 4, what can you not do? Oh, sorry, what can you do that you can't do anywhere else? Well, there was all that cool merch. Okay, it's expensive, $20 for postcards, $40 for a shirt, but you can't buy them anywhere else. You can't go online and buy them. There was the augmented reality experience. You can't do that anywhere else that I'm aware of. The cafe, I don't know if that was unique. That staircase, that's a pretty unique thing. You might take some photos or something like, whoa, I wonder how much the staircase cost. And then the other thing I said was the view from the platform on the roof. There's nowhere else in the world you can get that close and see that particular viewpoint. Okay, you don't agree with me? Sorry. And the final one, which of the following statements is false? Well, I'll make it a bit snappy. Sadly, Steve Jobs, whose dream it was to have this Apple Park built, he died in October 2011. So he had died 6 years before it opened, so he couldn't have been there at the opening. So all of the others are true. Thank you very much. We're done, and I might just end with a little bit of drone footage. So here we go, just to fade out, a little bit of drone footage. The building is a perfect circle. If you were to start at one point, walk all the way around, it's a mile in length. All the inside is an enclosed park. And look at all those trees I mentioned. And there's the Rainbow Auditorium, big artificial lake. There are some other buildings as well nearby as part of the park. There's the access to the underground car parking. There's the Steve Jobs Theatre just over in the right hand corner. Let's see if I can, over there, it's known as the Steve Jobs Auditorium. And you can see the mountains in the distance. It took nearly 4 or 5 years to buy up all of the land that they needed, which cost them $160 million. And just over here on the left is the visitor centre that we've just been in a moment ago. Okay, I'll put links to these in the notes, so if you want to find some of these videos and watch them yourself, then please do. And there we are. Okay, thank you. Bye.